get extraordinary.
What it do is your main man back on No Pump Faking Permitted TV. Let's discuss and have some dialogue about self-motivation. Self-motivation. That burning desire within that you're motivated by, that's fueling you to want more, accomplish more, seek more, do more. That's self-motivation, right? When you look in the mirror and you tell yourself, you gotta do it, you gotta go get it. Or when in your mind you said, get up, don't quit, right? Self-motivation. I'm not an expert at this stuff, but I've done enough to know what self-motivation is and what it feels like and what it looks like, right? In my opinion, self-motivation is sustainable for the longest, or should I say, it's the motivation that's sustainable the longest. Self-motivation is just that motivation, like I said, it comes from within. Any other thing that you seek or you look for motivation, that's fine. I came up with a saying and a quote maybe 2 or 3 years ago that says, motivated by everything I don't want to be. Motivated by everything I don't want to be. You know, growing up in an urban community, an impoverished community, low income community, should I say, and I'm not down on that because that made me the person I am today, but I was motivated. That motivated me to not give up and keep going, whether it was in my career, whether it was college, whether it was health and fitness. Those were reminders of things I didn't want to be, right? But it came from within. It was a burning desire within. It's still there, a burning desire within till this day. This very moment I sit here and have this video, I'm still highly self-motivated, and I'm motivated by everything I don't want to be, right? I'll give y'all a little story, maybe one or two stories, some stuff where I was self-motivated and those things kept me going, right? The first one, I was in the 2006 NFL draft, right? So talking to my agent, I think I'm going 6 or 7 rounds, at least free agent. I'm at least gonna get an opportunity to try out for a team, right? I felt like my numbers were pretty good for my junior year, and I had a pretty, cool, decent season my senior year at University of Missouri, and all the stuff I had did in junior college up until, the 2006 NFL draft. Well, guess what? It didn't happen. I didn't get picked up. I didn't get a phone call. I'm walking around, I got my phone on, checking my phone, looking at the NFL draft. Day 1, day 2, nothing. They ain't even call a brother, man. They ain't call a brother, man. I was devastated. I was like, dang. Like, that's one of those feelings I don't want to feel, right? Again, I was devastated. Like I said, man, I felt like I had to let everybody down, right? My family, my friends, people that looked up to me, all those things. I felt like I was just like, damn, dog, they ain't nothing. Right? I seen my teammates. Some guy I knew wasn't better than me was getting calls and getting picked up for trials, but me, nothing. But I picked myself up, eventually, and I told myself, I am not going back to the crib with nothing. I'm not going back empty handed. I can't do that. I've been up here. I've been in the Midwest between Antioch and Missouri for too long to go back to Miami, Florida empty handed. It's just not going to happen, right? So since I had never been red-shirted my entire collegiate career, Missouri had to pay for me to finish school for one more semester. I was in my last semester, so they had to pay for me. Keep in mind, right? I had never once, and I'm not saying this to be funny, I'm just being honest. And people that have been to college, especially athletes, y'all know, in my whole collegiate career, I had not been to college every day, all the time, right? I was skipping some classes because in college it's set up like this. You may have a class. It ain't like high school or middle school when you got first period, second period, third, everything is straight ahead. Man, college you may have a class at 9 a.m. Turn around, have a class at 1 p.m. So between those hours, you got a lot of time to just chill and be free. Sometimes I go to the girls' dorm. I go home and go to sleep. I go home and play video game NCAA back when it was out. Or I chill. But that last semester at University of Missouri, they put me on a contract. The academic program, should I say academic center for the athletes, put me on a contract. Had all these stipulations. Oh, do this, do that, yeah, okay, cool. And if I didn't abide by those stipulations, I was done, right? They were gonna send me back to the crib with nothing. No scholarship, no nothing, right? That was the first time in my college career that I went to class every day for the whole semester. Every day I was in class because I was too determined to be distracted. I cannot go back to the crib without nothing, right? So I'm going to class every day. I'm meeting with professors because I had a science class, and I'm allergic to roaches, and they wanted to dissect roaches and all this stuff. But anyway, it was just one of those classes that I was just like, man, it was a difficult class. It was a science class with a lab, but I passed it. You know, I put the work in, I put the time in. Keep in mind, I graduated in December of 2007 from the University of Missouri. I was going to class during the winter months. It was snowing, it was cold. I don't even know if I had a vehicle at that time. I really don't remember if I had a vehicle at that time. But I went to every class. I made it happen, right? Because I was just self-motivated. Because I wasn't going to go back to the crib empty-handed, right? And so that's what I did. In December 2007, I graduated with my undergraduate degree from the University of Missouri, right? And it was one of those moments where I was proud of myself because I believe I was the first in my family to graduate with a degree. Not only an undergraduate degree, but also a degree from a PWI, which is a predominantly white institution. So I was grateful and I was happy about it, right? But that desire came from within, right? Because I didn't make it to the NFL, so before I could get down on myself so much, I had to get back up and stand back up. Like, get up. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you. You need to figure out what you're gonna do, right? And that's what I did. And I apply that to all areas of my life. And as far as I can remember, I've been self-motivated, right? I mean, it was a time where me and one of my good friends, Brian Prey, we wanted to go to D1. We was in JUCO. Excuse me. We wanted to go to junior college. From junior college, we wanted to go to D1. And I wasn't going to junior college just to turn around and go to D1 AA or D2, D3, NAI. I wasn't doing that because I had worked too hard. And if you go to a JUCO, especially NEO, you know what it's like. But I remember once we signed and we figured out where we was going, man, we put that work in. Because we were motivated. We were self-motivated. It wasn't no coaches waking us up anymore because we were done. We still had to go to class and we had to make sure we were trained. Nobody woke us up. Nobody told us what we had to do as far as working out. Nobody gave us a plan. We were self-motivated. We was working out. We was training. We was hitting class. And that allowed me to, when I got to the University of Missouri, it wasn't even hard. The physical aspect of it wasn't hard. Learning the plays wasn't difficult, you know. And by my fourth game, my junior year, I was starting at the University of Missouri. Keep in mind, I was undersized. That wasn't my natural position. But I had prepared myself already because I was so self-motivated. I was prepared for that. I was ready to go. I was ready to rock and roll in the Big 12. But as you move forward in life, whether it's health and fitness, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your marriage, whether it's just life in general, remain self-motivated. Like I said before, that's gonna be that motivation you're gonna be able to sustain for the longest, right? Yeah, you can look to this person or to that book for a little additive to that self-motivation, that desire that you have. But make sure you remain self-motivated, right? Being self-motivated is also having a discipline and also making whatever you're trying to accomplish a part of your daily routine or making it a priority in your life, right? Listen, man. Y'all like, share, subscribe. Y'all like, share, and subscribe to this video. You know, no pump fake with Meta TV. I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to keep putting out good content, and we're going to keep rocking and rolling, man. I always appreciate y'all coming here, liking, subscribing, sharing the videos, and we're just going to keep it rocking. But y'all already know the motto, no pump faking permitted.
That means you're extra, extra.